The soup really was special, Mama. Especially with those yummy little pieces of meat in it.
Thank you, Fino and Bino. But you know, those were not tiny pieces of meat. They were snails.
They were what?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hello.
This is Marvin.
And Amber.
And we're with the Family O. We have the honor and privilege today to talk to one of the partners behind a wonderful television cartoon series. This is a series that is so important, so necessary, and we have the honor and the privilege of speaking with Mr. Ibrahim, who is business development for the show Bino and Fino. How are you, Mr. Ibrahim?
I'm doing very well, Marvin. Thank you very much for having me.
So we connected with Mr. Ibrahim through Instagram. He is one of the partners behind the amazing TV show, cartoon show Bino and Fino, which is a cultural cartoon based in Africa, and it follows the journey of two children. We have one of the characters here. This is Fino and her brother Bino.
Bino, yes.
And you want to tell them a little?
Well, basically, as Marvin just mentioned, we found out about Bino and Fino on Instagram. Like, I don't know, it's been a couple of years ago now, I guess I would say. Yeah, and so at any rate, when I saw the doll, I automatically fell in love because, as you guys know, we have Liberty. And we think that representation is so important for our culture, for our children, for our people in general. And then to find out that they were Nigerian, which we are as well, was just put icing on the cake. So we had to purchase this doll for Liberty, and she loves Fino. Fino has been everywhere. She's traveled everywhere with us, and we just love what Bino and Fino is doing.
So the creator of the show is Mr. Adamu Waziri. He's the creative director and the brainchild. So, Mr. Ibrahim, tell us a little bit about your involvement with the cartoon, how the idea of Bino and Fino came to place.
Okay, beautiful. Bino and Fino, I think, came out as a result of the need for children's programming here in Nigeria, because I mean, in 2000. I'm trying to track back to 2006, 2007. The children's media landscape here was very barren, and there was no local children's content, to which at the time I had entered into a business partnership with my brother doing animation for clients, really. It was more for a client-based business model. But then we just kind of looked around and said, hey, wait a minute, there are no children's programs, as in animated children's programs. And most of the content we consume is either Nickelodeon or Disney. So there was this imbalance that we just said, you know what, why don't we just, try making a cartoon series that reflects the experience of Nigerian children. And just try it out and see, whether there would be an uptake, because we believed in it. And from there, we, put out the first episode. It was just a concept, and we got a lot of positive feedback. And we said, you know what, let's do more episodes. And then from there, we just started building, and the momentum gathered. And, here we are today. But it just came as a result of a need, because we just didn't understand why other people were not doing it. And we just said, why not? Let's just try it out. And yeah, the reception has been amazing. The journey has been something, I can tell you for sure. But that's where we started off, from a question mark to saying let's try and solve this lack of representation within our local environment.
That's good.
That's really good.
Yeah, and we agree 100%. I think that representation is everything. I think that a lot of times we see problems out there and we say, well, why doesn't someone fix this problem? And we have to remind ourselves that we have to be the change that we want to see. So we are so thankful and we appreciate that you and your brother became part of the solution to present an option that I think can go right hand in hand with the Nickelodeons and all of that. I mean, first of all, I love the vibrancy of the cartoon and how, if you've never been to Africa, you will truly get a positive understanding of how Africa is and how kids are growing up in the continent and some of the experiences that they deal with. What we want to do quickly is show everyone a quick clip from the show Bino and Fino. I'm going to share our screen here, just so for those of you that may have never seen it, you can go to binoandfinoshop.com, as well as they have a YouTube channel, and you can get the merchandise from binoandfinoshop.com. And you can also order DVDs as well if people want to show it in their schools and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, awesome.
That's right.
So let me share this screen here quickly so you guys can see it. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Bino and Fino. Bino's cold. It's a lovely morning. The sun is smiling brightly outside the window, and the birds are singing cheerfully. It's a great time to go out and play. So, why is Bino still in bed?
Bino! There you are! What are you doing in bed, Bino? It's a lovely day outside. Won't you come out and play? I don't want to go out and play today. Bino, what's wrong? I must get Mama.
Bino, won't you come and join me in the garden today? See, the sun is out already and the birds are about. The tomatoes are all looking red and juicy. It will be fun to pick them.
I don't want to go out and play today.
That's good. One more.
Yes. Okay, so as you see, that's one of the clips of Bino's call. That episode was one of my favorites as well. Bino, he did not want to get out of the bed.
My head.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
So tell us about how the journey has been, since you guys started back in 2006. Have you run into any roadblocks, any obstacles? I assume that it wasn't a smooth path the entire time. Tell us about, how things have been up until this point.
All right. Well, when we first came out with the episodes of Bino and Fino, our initial strategy was to try and get it onto Nigerian television. Now, at the time, for us, we thought it was a no-brainer that here is a Nigerian educational cartoon show, and the broadcasters would be more than happy to partner up with it to broadcast it around the nation. But that wasn't the case because, again, as I was saying, we've had this situation where psychologically we've been programmed to believe that local content is not good.
Yeah.
So there's more of a preference for shows coming from the outside.
Yeah.
So when we were presenting a show coming from the inside, there was a lot of pushback by the networks, which we were shocked because we're saying, hey, listen, we have a local children's cartoon show that can stand toe to toe with any of the other shows out, outside coming in. So we had to now become innovative in how we were going to make this show accessible to as many people as possible. So what we did, as opposed to go through the traditional route of going to TV first and then becoming popular, we put it on YouTube. Now, a lot of people thought we were crazy. They said, why are you going to put this on YouTube? You know, you could go and, you know, talk to someone in branding, you know, go talk to you know, get a sponsor, because here you have to pay for airtime for your content. So it's, and we just said, you know what, we're not going to do this. We're going to put this on YouTube and see what happens. From YouTube, it, you know, started gaining momentum, and then we now found ourselves having an opportunity to put it on television in the UK, and then from there it started gaining more momentum, and then from somewhere we got featured on CNN. Wow. We got the CNN got in touch with us, and they really liked the concept of the show, and they kind of coined us the Dora the Explorer of Africa. Oh, so, well, you know, so that was interesting. And then I think from there, we sort of pivoted madly from just being a show that was watched in maybe Nigeria online and the UK online to garnering an audience in the US. I would say the US has been our biggest support group by far. I mean, I can't even explain how much love and appreciation we get from all corners of the United States. It's sometimes it's a bit overwhelming when you get emails from parents telling you how this show has affected their lives and how it's been such a positive force in helping raise the self-esteem of their children. You know, I wasn't thinking along these lines. I didn't know the show. I was just thinking, okay, just going to be a really nice cartoon show that will be cultural, educational, and, you know, it stops there. But no, it doesn't. It goes deeper than that. This issue of representation is not just a problem here in Nigeria and Africa. It's a greater problem that is for the global Black diaspora. Yes. And I think with the show, it's really made people think and, you know, come together and discuss these issues of, okay, we need more content for our children, specifically for children. And it's been amazing. You know, we get, you know, collaboration proposals from museums that are focused on African culture, from schools, you know, looking, you know, how can we partner together? And I'm very, very happy and honored that the show has somehow become this force for educational enlightenment and representation of the global Black diaspora culture. And I'm just, you know, I mean, the challenges are becoming less and less. Those barriers are now, the barriers we saw at the very beginning are just eroding away, because I think we're at a certain point in history. I'll say Black people are waking up, and they want content that reflects them.
Yes,
definitely. In an authentic, not something that is so. Challenges are becoming less. That's what I like to say, and we're very blessed that we have, you know, families like yourself that are helping us spread the word, because it's not a network that is driving us. When you know, our support base doesn't come from being on a Nickelodeon, on a Disney. It's from the people. It's from the families that love what we're doing, and we. You know, we're very social on our social media handle. We interact with everyone, and we try, because we hear the voices of our people,
yes.
what they're saying, and we're thinking, okay, what is the content they want to see? Because at the end of the day, it's really not about these networks.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the content that is being put out.
Exactly.
So if you're making good content and adding value to families around the world,
yes,
your challenge is, how could the battle is fought?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
and I think you're very true. In 2018, you don't need television. I think more and more media is going straight through our phones, our laptops, our tablets, and whatnot. And so the fact that you all have thought outside of the box to go on a YouTube, that just spreads the way that the awareness that can be created and how people can find you. And especially with, the movies like Black Panther and all of this, you're right. There is a desire for us to see each other in a positive light and show what our potential can be. And we've got content creators, we've got cartoonists, we've got everything that you need within, the continent that we already know about the vast resources of the continent. But aside from that, we've got some really brilliant minds and individuals. And I think that once you see that it's been done, then it's no longer impossible in the minds of some.
Exactly. And Mr. Ibrahim, a moment ago, you were talking about the support that Bino and Fino have received in UK as well as in the USA. And we noticed that there's some type of connection that Bino and Fino has with Atlanta. Could you explain to us what that connection is?
Okay. Well, I would say that Atlanta has been the HQ of Bino and Fino because this is an interesting story. We Bino and Fino mascots. Our first screening was in San Francisco.
Okay.
And then from there we had a series of screenings in Atlanta in schools. Our publicist is from Atlanta, so it just sort of all came together. And we found that the Bino and Fino mascots were very popular in schools in Atlanta. So they've kind of pretty much taken up, residence in Atlanta, the mascots at the moment. So support. We do events, we do events with the people at the Liberated Minds Black Homeschooling Group. And they've been very active. Shout out to Queen Thais, fantastic educator. She's been amazing in helping us spread the brand amongst Black homeschoolers in Atlanta. So we have strong ties with educators and, mommy bloggers who are in Atlanta. So that's how Bino and Fino somehow became, part of the Atlanta scene, I would like to say.
Very nice.
Well, we appreciate you. And guys, if you're just jumping in, watching this now, we're talking with Mr. Ibrahim. He's one of the business development managers of the wildly popular cartoon, Bino and Fino. We are actually live streaming with him all the way in Nigeria. So we just love technology because we're able to have these kind of conversations. And so one of the main things we want you guys to do by watching this video is to make sure you are subscribed to their YouTube channel. Right now, just open up another screen on your phone or your laptop, go to YouTube, type in Bino, B-I-N-O, and A-N-D, Fino, F-I-N-O. You'll see their channel. Make sure you click the subscribe button, leave a comment, let them know that you've seen this video. Go to their website, www.binoandfinoshop.com. buy their entire merchandise, everything. Support, support, support. We have to be the change that we want to see. We have to show that change with our dollars. Exactly. So the more that we're able to support companies and like what Mr. Ibrahim and his brothers doing, the more we will see great businesses and all that come out. But we have to support these people. Like he said, they aren't under any major networks. You know, they are Nigeria, Africa based, and it's gonna take support globally to push this to the forefront, because I want to see this cartoon on DirecTV. I want to see this on cable television, Hulu, Netflix. We want to see content like this everywhere. Because
it's quality content. It's really good, and it's, as Mr. Ibrahim mentioned earlier, it is educational, it's cultural. For us all over the world, as Black people, as African people, you know, it gives us an inside look into the continent. So, you know, it's specifically Nigeria. Yeah. Yes. So, Mr. Ibrahim, can you tell us about, speaking of that, about the different languages that we can watch Bino and Fino on? Can you give us a breakdown of that?
Sure. I'll start with both in Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. Other African languages are also Swahili. The other languages are French, Dutch, and Portuguese.
Wow. Yeah.
So those are the languages we have the show available in. We are looking to hopefully expand to maybe have it in German and potentially in Twi from Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That's really good. And then as it relates to your merchandise and things, as Marvin was mentioning a moment ago, we know that you have the Bino and Fino dolls. Can you tell our audience about more of the things that you have? I know you guys have like a beautiful African map and things of that nature. Can you tell us some things that we could get on your website?
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, the Bino and Fino doll sets are, lovable are from the show. So, it gives kids the opportunity to have their own, Bino and Fino play friends so they can run around with. And we just said, okay, yeah, why not? Let's do the doll set. We also have a really beautiful I Love Africa map that lists all the African countries, which is, of course, great for homeschooling, or just, a general map that you can just have in your kids' room to point to, and, just have a quick, okay, name different African countries. So we got that. We got the DVDs also available for purchase. And at the moment, we're looking into the possibility of doing a book. So that is also, that'll be coming on stream hopefully soon, and hopefully another DVD. Okay. So that'll now be a total of three DVDs and a book. We're hoping to get that done this year so that families will have something for the holiday period. It's a lot of work, but we're trying.
Very nice.
That's awesome. Nice. Well, we appreciate your time, Mr. Ibrahim. We have definitely, this has been a joy to have this conversation. And so we want to encourage everyone watching this to share this video, share it on Facebook, share it on YouTube, share it on Twitter. Just share. That way we can do our small part to help bring more awareness to positive African-centered content. Again, we want to encourage everyone to go to Bino and Fino Shop. Look, Fino said, go to binoandfinoshop.com and purchase all of the merchandise and anything. Yes, make sure you do it right now. Okay, guys. So, any last words that you have for our audience?
Yes, we do. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has supported us along the way. It has been an incredible journey. And to new people who haven't, heard about us and they're hearing, about us today, we'd love for you to, follow us on our social media handles. You can check us out on Facebook or on Instagram. We're incredibly social. We're always sharing knowledge, not just about us, but just generally positive things of the continent that you can use to, educate your children on. But yeah, just thank you. If there's any information you want to know about us, just check us out at our store or our social handles. But nothing much, just, peace, love, and thankfulness for everything. The journey still continues. We're growing, stronger and stronger. The Africa Children Movement is moving. And please join us. We'd love to have you as part of our family.
Excellent. And all of the handles, Facebook, Instagram, is just at Bino and Fino?
Bino and Fino. Bino and Fino for all the handles. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Bino and Fino. That's it.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, guys. Well, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you watching this video. And until the next time, this is Marvin.
And Amber. And
Mr. Ibrahim
is here with us.
And Liberty is in the room sleeping. She's definitely going to enjoy this interview.
Yes.
We're with the Family O, and we want to wish you guys a wonderful and a blessed day. And thank you again, Mr. Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Amber and Marvin. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, kindly.
Thank you.